I'm going to be singing Chi por aquí, chi por allá, en la ranca de Pepito, I-I-I-O. McDonald has been planted, E-I-E-I-O.
So we've covered stage 2 of the project, lower primary. And we have seen how translanguaging lets pupils be at the very center of their teaching and learning journey. We've seen how pupils stand confidently teaching us their home languages, and teaching staff, research team, we all share as well our home languages and a few jokes and anecdotes. We also learned a fair bit of the homeschooling languages, in our case, English and Gaelic, and we reinforced our knowledge of French, which is the mother language taught in our pilot school. We use our bodies. We've used our bodies to communicate, but we have also used, and by bodies we've used actions. We've used our voice. We have sung. We've used music to tell our story. So now we are moving on to the multilingual performance created by the upper primary, those in P5 to P7 in Scotland. And there are a couple of differences in the materials. Let me share my screen again. So now I am opening P5, P7 multilingual performance. The first thing I see is that there is no YouTube resource bank. This is due to the fact that it would be impossible to, well, we could have like the story of the three little pigs, but they all knew it. So there's really not, no need for a resource bank to be there. And also these pupils are older. So it's a different game altogether. And we also see that we have a My Story logbook. This is a file that does not appear on the lower primary file. So in this study logbook, pupils record their language and their creative multilingualism journey. And there are qualitative, there are open questions about languages. Do you like learning languages? Why? Here we collected incredibly valuable data from pupils about the use of learning languages. Why do you like learning languages, and why? How would you use them, etc. From I like learning languages because they are useful for traveling, because when someone new comes, you can talk to them, you can make new friends, you can make new friends here. You can also make new friends when you travel abroad. You can communicate with people in the countries you visit. You can understand and sing songs in other languages. So this part, the collaboration that occurred with the pupils at the very center and this part of the project was immense. So pupils first needed to, well, we've got script drafting here, script drafting and learning, script finalized and learning. So you see that there are a few sessions here for the script design and production. The way we did this was by pupils first seeding the idea they had, and then we soundboarded it between all of us. So there was a suggestion, for example, for a child that speaks all the languages in the world story, and now we were going to speak all the languages in the world. This was the perfect excuse to talk about how many languages are spoken in the world nowadays. Okay, do you know? Oh, so there will be something in between, we believe 5,000 and 6,000, but this is not even accurate data. So there may be more. And are we able to speak that number of languages? Does everyone in the school speak all the languages? And this takes us to, ideas of, being humble about the languages we speak, and also how many languages, how one can speak in a lifetime. So these were really interesting conversations to have in the skill. And eventually we thought that it was better, as it happened with lower primary, to work from a known story, an existing story. And pupils voted and the winner was the three wee pig, the three little pigs Fable, and renamed and adapted as the three wee piggies, and with a few differences as well. So the three wee piggies are going to were bilingual, and there are other characters like Mr. Oso, who speaks all the languages, and we've got a French speaker, a French and English speaking wolf. Yeah. So, and then in the plot, the wolf is no longer interested in eating the three wee piggies, but because of his language skills, he goes to the US to be an interpreter. So really, the plot takes the personal twist Pupils give to the plot is really fun and yeah, and interesting and very multilingual. Okay, so here you have there are another questions where you can collect data and information from your pupils. And now I'm going to share with you the PowerPoint. So we go back to our, oh yeah, first I show the to practice script. And the same as we did with let me see, yes. So as we did with lower primary and the songs, apologies, I was stuck there for a minute, we did produce the script as well. So, okay, so pupils were telling us the storyline. I was taking notes. I was audio and video recording the sessions. I had consent to do so, obviously. And then I was going home. I was revising information for research purposes, but also to make sure that I was reflecting people's voice properly. And then on the next session, I was coming back. We were rereading what we had, and then we were feeding more. And then we came up with a plot, with a story I just shared with you. So here we had many characters, many more than in the original Fable, presenter 1, presenter 2, a narrator, Mr. Oso. Then we had 3 mummy pigs, we had the 3 wee piggies, and we had, yes, so this is where I wanted to stop. So a couple of things here that are very, very important. First, we were really lucky to have Rebecca supporting the creative process by guiding us with performance skills and tips. So for example, pupils would choose the action that were most appropriate to tell the stories, to accompany the singing of the songs in the different languages. And then we were discussing all this. So there was a constant dialogue about what we could do. Then the props. Then Rebecca is very experienced, so she would, for example, suggest some of the props that I will show later, and then pupils were saying yes, no, etc. So there was a lot of collaboration, you know. Now, we were very lucky to have a professional singer actress helping us for this project. In your schools, you can draw from pupils who are involved in drama clubs, drama teachers, school staff with experience or an interest in drama. It is super fun and very incredibly enriching to work collaboratively to design and script the multilingual performance. So I'm sure that you have the expertise you need in your school. You just need to find it. Okay, so I'm going to say now about the 3 wee pigs. You see here that we have pig and farmer, and this is Gaelic. So in our case, our little pig, straw pig, is enrolled in Gaelic medium education, and the farmer has Gaelic as a mother language, and they also did it in nursery. So it really is straw pig who's taking the lead and supporting language learning. With the case of a German pig, wooden pig, the home language of this pupil is German, and the woodcutter had no knowledge of German that if I can recall properly. So it was the German, it was the wooden pig who was teaching German to their interlocutor. With the case of the brick pig, so we were like straw pig, wooden pig, and brick pig. The brick pig home language is Polish, And our builder, had never learned Polish before. So again, it was our brick pig taking away their interlocutor and work on the dialogues. Teachers from Gaelic medium education were incredible. EAL teachers, English as an additional language teachers, we had the luck as well to have one of them speaks Polish, and they supported us in one of the 10 sessions. And then, yes, so I'm going to just show the PowerPoint very, very fast. I just want to bring to your attention that here the most important thing is that pupils really took a teacher's role. They helped they did teach us they teach us the language, they supported us. Schools, school and families came together because families were providing the dialogues, but everything was very much teacher-centered. So let me show you, for example, Mr. Oso, who's highly multilingual, and how Mr. Oso, you have seen that in the script, so how Mr. Oso receives the audience, welcomes the audience.
Welcome.
Falce. Willkommen.
Witamy.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenidos.
Vanakkam. Vanakkam.
Welcome.
Okay, so this really this really was the performance. I invite you to have a look at the resources, and again, any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, anything that you say, this could be done in this way, we've done this like this way in our school, or just having a chat, please contact me. And I'm gonna leave it here, and thank you very much for your attention. Muchas gracias. Adeu.